Howdy, Connection Group leaders. Happy Thursday. I am actually up here in the LC. It's pretty quiet except for my wife, who is walking laps. She and I got a little bit antsy and decided to just jump out and see what the roads were like. Turns out they're in pretty good shape. So she's walking laps. Feel free to count laps as I'm talking here. It's pretty impressive what she can do. It is kind of funny to me that we're talking about wisdom today. I maybe took a little bit of a chance. I wasn't real fearful about what the roads were like. I'd gotten out and walked around a little bit already. But wisdom would say, be careful, right? There's a lot that goes into wisdom. There she is right there. We'll count how many laps she does. Wisdom says be careful, but it's really more than just be careful. Although I do love the language of a parent talking to a child. Because in a very real way, that's at least part of wisdom, right? It's taking things that we know and passing it on to keep people from danger. But really, Solomon lays it out so well. Ultimately, wisdom is about listening to God. And that ought to be what we're passing on to our children. And so as you are working through this particular chapter, and we're going to look at Psalms more in the next quarter. By the way, you all should have your next quarter's booklets ready to rock for you on Sunday morning, and those will be waiting for you in your classroom. If you don't have those, let us know. We'll get them to you. I'm working on putting together the digital compact stuff of it too, so we can get that to you also. Anyway, we're going to look at Proverbs more in the coming days, but chapter 1 is so good, and just presenting the fact that wisdom begins with listening to and trusting God. We know as New Testament believers, though, ultimately wisdom just means listening to God. And what I love about this chapter is it ends kind of darkly. I know that sounds funny, right? Like, I mean, I love the fact that the end of the chapter is so so harsh, and it's not that. It's there are absolutely consequences to us disobeying God, and not just spiritual consequences, although those are very real. Just earthbound, when I do foolish things, those are going to cost me here in the earthly realm. And there are times when I can't undo that, when there will be no grace to be found. But that's in the earthly realm. And I do think if there's anything you want to be sure and point out, it's just this. While wisdom might end up running out, grace does not. And the lesson does point this out briefly. There is still the opportunity for grace to be found. There is still the opportunity for forgiveness to be found. And so while there may still be deep consequences in our lives because of a lack of wisdom, the Lord is still at hand. And the beauty of the Spirit of God is this, is he says, man, I'll give you wisdom. It comes from James chapter 1. He says, if any of you lack wisdom, ask, and I'll give it to you. It's free. The Lord, via his Spirit, will tell us what we need to do in any given situation. I tell the students all the time that the Bible's not hard to understand. The Bible's just hard to obey. But God makes it pretty easy for us to know what he do. He gives us every opportunity for us to know what we need to do. Wisdom is essential. I don't know how many times I've said this week, man, I just need wisdom. Or talking to other people in the church, we need to pray for wisdom, and we do. But wisdom is available to us. We just need to take advantage of it. And that all comes from starting with prayer and saying, Lord, give us your wisdom, and he'll grant it to us. So enjoy diving into this chapter. Again, point out to our people, wisdom, when we ignore it, can cost us in ways that we can't get back, but grace is always abounding. Praise God, and celebrate both. Guys, we love y'all. We'll see you Sunday morning. Stay warm. Bye.